Yeah. Give the old man face. What? Yeah. Let me see here. What the fuck? Try this again. Hope y'all are doing well. Beyond well. Okay, here we go. Let me put this fucking volume down. I recognize that ring. Yeah, I don't. Probably won't be here too long. I came on way too late. Huh? What the hell? It's saying I can't. I'm even coming up unavailable for myself. Shit. Hey, two heads in the building. I'm over here talking to myself. Are they gonna show me? No, I can't see the damn thing. Oh well. How y'all doing today? Who's up in there? Identify thyself. Salute to you. And I gotta say, whoever you are that came in like this, shout out to you. You know what I'm saying? You got good habits. Angela B. What's happening, Angela B? Talk to me. DeAndre Harris, what's going on? Doing my nightly YouTube wind down. That's what I'm talking about. Well, come wind down over this way, okay? They're not letting me see the shit over here, so I figured I'd just give it another minute. And then I did have something I wanted to speak on. And then if there's a little bit of time left, we can either do some PayPal means or just gratis spirit pulls, whatever. I'm gonna be back earlier tomorrow as far as the I'm doing great. I'm doing great. How was y'all's eclipse full moon? You know, we just finished. First of all, I also want to thank everyone who joined the multidimensional mega magnetism ritual. The next day, I was kind of spent. Um, Michelle Borth, hello. This moon got people feeling. Yes, I would have to agree. This I was going to say. I was thinking to myself as this shit was booting up. I was like, "Yo, this energy, that energy." And when it's still around, but I'm like, this shit has an aftertaste to it, you know? So I was just wondering how it was for y'all. I mean, you know, seeing some of y'all's experience. But in a moment, if you're tuning in, I might make a whole little separate vignette video about it. But I kind of came up with something I call confirmation conjure. And I'm going to give a couple little, I'm going to just share what it is and like how you can start to do it. Especially, it works really well when you start taking on new practices, whether these practices be of, you know, the occult nature or whether it's anything, any type of, if you're starting to, you know, learn any new skills or anything, it can be applied to any magic that you're doing. So I'm just giving it a couple seconds. This moon got people. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Why, you have some froggers over there, Ebony? You had some froggers over there. I've still, but you know what? And then right after, usually after a big group ritual, I take about a day or two to like decompress and shit. But then like the next day was Thursday, and I think yeah, I forgot I ended up like switching up my workout to where it's like I fucking murdered my legs in a whole new way, and like my energy was just like I took a dip, like serious dip. Thriller from Manila, Crystal Ball. It's going great. How about yours? Your weekday, I should say. Wait, what is it? Oh, it is weekend. That's right. It's Sunday. It's going good. I had some family things pop up like right after that, so that's why some things I still haven't even taken the ritual down from the site. You know what I'm saying? So like I haven't. Things got kind of hectic for a minute, real quick after. So I had like one day, and then yeah, I had to take care of some family things, but everything worked out. Everything's good. So I'm happy about that. Grateful about that. Grateful for y'all. Okay, so it's 5 minutes in. I was gonna set my alarm too, just in case I got carried away, because it always sometimes it'll start off slow and then it starts picking up, and it's like, yo, next thing you know, 2 hours has went by. I'm like, fuck. Not that I mind doing 2 hours. It's just like the domino effect. You know what I'm saying? How if you have a certain time frame, because after that you're gonna do this and do that and do that, and now all this shit is pushed back, type of thing. But so what I'd like to talk about is something that I coined. I call it confirmation conjure. And it's something, it's actually more or less a way of thinking, a way of recognition in your everyday reality as it concerns certain things that you might be, especially if you're starting something new, if you've done any type of ritual work, okay? Um, I kind of say that one with caution because usually after you do the ritual work, you just kind of want to let it go. But the basis for confirmation conjure and the reason why it's so important is this. You have this faculty in your mind that loves to look for all the ways something is not working. Um, it is on alert for threats and potential dangers, even if it creates them, i.e., the imaginary what if scenario that a lot of us like to worry about, that most of the time never happens. Okay? So, this confirmation conjure is a way to use that faculty, but for your own purposes. Okay, as opposed to letting yourself get ran by it, because most of the time you're so conditioned to this thing going on and just going on and on and on that you're kind of asleep at the wheel a lot of times while it's working. And so it has the power and ability to kind of like steer you, pull you off course, or let's say you want to go this way but you find your feet going that way. So what confirmation conjure is, it's also kind of like training yourself, you know? Confirmation conjure is a way to conjure shit literally by being open and recognizing and confirming your work. Now, when I say your work, I'm referring to, you know, like I said, this works very well if you are taking on a new skill set. If you are starting, especially new practices, new rehearsals, because I think a lot of people will work out the body, but most of y'all ain't gonna work this out. When I say this, I'm talking about your mind and your heart and the subconscious mind and stuff like that. Like a lot of times we just leave that, you know, we don't put in the same effort, the same work ethic, I guess you could say. We don't give it attention. We don't water it with our attention like we do maybe our physical body, let's just say. And some have a hard enough time working that out, you know. So with confirmation conjure, I'm just going to use an example of how you might do it, right? So I'm going to use this for an example. In this past, hey TV. So in this past ritual that we did, the mega magnetism ritual, there's also a compendium video that comes with it that gives specific exercises for a reason. Now, these are very simple exercises or rehearsals that you can do. There's an old saying in hypnosis, and that is, you do the drills, you get the skills. There's no way around that. There is no way around that. But a lot of people are deathly afraid to just sit there by themselves in silence. They even using outside shit to get you in your zone. Yes, that can be helpful, but at some point in time that becomes a crutch. It's another form of escape. You know, I used to get caught up in that shit all myself. I'd be like about to do something, then I start doubting myself, questioning myself. I know this might sound so familiar to a lot of you, you know, and so wait a minute. I think I need to research this just a little bit more, you know. And then next thing you know, you watch videos, maybe you read some books. Oh wait, I think I need that book and this and that. Or instead of fucking doing, you'll get more from doing one certain rehearsal. When I say rehearsal, it's because I kind of prefer that word over practice, because you're rehearsing it perfectly. Even if you got to slow it down, you know, whatever it is, whether it's a visualization of some kind, whether it's um, anything, whatever it is, right? Let's say you're playing piano. You can sit there and literally practice playing piano in your mind for 20 minutes. If you did that every day, you know what I'm saying, you would manifest results soon, quick, you know. So a lot of people don't want to do that. They have some type of adherent abhorrence. I don't know if that's the word or whatever, but it is the word now, to that. And I know because I used to be like that. You know what I'm saying? To where it's like I would feel so uncomfortable practicing or you know, rehearsing something new. Then there was the critical voice inside your head that's saying you're doing it wrong. So you spend half the time not being present with just whatever it is that you're doing. You're spending you start getting fragmented. You got this piece, you know, in your ear talking about you're doing it wrong, you're doing it wrong. You know, then you got other shit going on. And then what ends up happening is it creates friction inside. And that friction is very uncomfortable. And so for many people, they'd rather just put it to the side and choose some form of escapism, you know, YouTube, Netflix, smoking weed, um, anything else but what they really want to do and what they know they probably should do that would make the biggest impact and difference in their life. So what what I have coined the term for confirmation conjure is as it relates to if you're doing it as you begin one of these practices, right? What happens most of the time is that critical voice will start to come in, maybe a day or two after, usually, or even while you're trying to do it, says, why even bother? This shit ain't gonna work for you. It works for everybody else, but not for you, right? And it may find and pick all these little bits of evidence that says it's not working for you. But the thing is, you could just switch that around. You know, you can start putting your reticular activating system and aim it towards, find me bits of evidence that show me that this shit is working for me. Because what's going to happen is, it's not just because, oh, you want to find something that's working. What it does is when you see something or you witness something in your reality, it boosts your confidence. It's what I like to call a success point. And the more success points you have, it's almost like the easier and the faster you start progressing along it. When you first start off, you have no success points. You have no point of reference. You're doing something new. You know, you might do it wrong. You might not get it as right as you would like to. But if you can just keep it going, that's why the confirmation conjure comes in. So anyways, like I said, the example is, in this compendium video, I give some specific exercises for particular reasons, and they are extremely and on purpose very simple things that you could do in like a minute or two or three tops. I would rather you start minutely small than trying to start all big and then just crap yourself out before you even get started. So in the midst of doing these exercises, like the example here is, you're going to start to you're going to start to recognize, number one, they're going to like jump out at you little bits like incidences, things. You know, you might pass by somebody and you're like, my shit's hitting. It's working. You know, like the drills are starting to work. And what it does, it's kind of like the same thing when you start to work out, when you start to whatever, you know, maybe at first you don't see much, but then you start seeing some form of results, some form of change. And even though you're not there yet, it gives you gas, not like the bloated farty kind. You know what I'm saying? It gives you petrol, like it gives you gas, motivation, inner motivation to keep going. You want to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know many of you can relate to that part to where it's like, yeah, I'm not there yet, but I'm on my way. And being on my way feels fucking great. You know, so confirmation conjure is it's an art and it's a science, because it's an art because it's going to be particular. Everyone's going to do it a little bit differently, you know, but it's a way of seeing minute, tiny results, evidence, confirmations that your shit is working. As it relates to magic and certain rituals, okay? The kind of the caveat here is you don't want to look too hard. It's like I said, it's an art. So you're not like looking hella hard, but you're not just so, you know, gone in your mind that you don't recognize and see what's going on around you. So that way, when something, you can even tell your mind, like, yo, as soon as something like, let me know, show me different signs and alert me to these signs that the shit's working, you know? Like, whether it's working or not really shouldn't be a question. At a certain point and a certain level, it's like, look, this is working, and I want you to show me the proof of that, even in the most minute, smallest details. And I'm telling you, when you start seeing these small and maybe not so small things starting to happen, and you know it's not an accident, that shit is, like I said, it builds your inner motivation. It builds your inner self-confidence. Okay? And what it ends up enabling you to do is to conjure, to manifest, however you want to say it, you know, what it is that you're doing. If it's a skill set, obviously, you got a road ahead of you, but still, you're going to make leapfrog advancement versus if you are the person who continually finds excuses and looks for reasons why the shit ain't working. I mean, that's pretty much what 99% of us have been doing all of our lives. So why the fuck wouldn't we want to look as far as how this shit's working? And who determines it? You. You know what I'm saying? So what are you going to determine is the question. You know? Check your comments. Rainbow Rabbit, what's up? Not the, yeah. Perfection will have you feeling all kinds of ways. Yeah, fuck perfection. Omar Jasso, what's up? Nikki Nakia, what's happening? Thriller from Manila. Yeah. You know, perfection is like, I mean, I don't know. I'm more about excellence. You know, I can see how we've all heard there's really no such thing as perfection, you know, in this particular dimension. But then I could see the perfection and imperfections. So go figure, you know, tomato, you know. So I sometimes I'm over here, sometimes I'm over there with that, you know. I could fucking shit. So yeah, but excellence, being the most excellent you and having a fucking excellent adventure, you know, being you in any given moment, and whatever that might mean for you in this moment. Your excellence in this moment may not be as great or as less as in another moment, but it is what it is. And being able to accept that, being like, you know what? striving for excellence. That extra rep, that just one extra rep. You know what I'm saying? I didn't do my meditation today. I really just want to lay down and go to sleep. But you know what? I'm going to set my alarm for 3 minutes. I'm just going to do 3 minutes, but at least I'm going to do it. Excellence, you know? So that's what I wanted to tell you as far as that. Sometimes I roll slow, sometimes I ride quick. Do near near near. I just want to say this too. I was having a conversation with a client and spiritual brethren about this, and about the whole. And I don't know if any of you have been feeling this or not. As far as I would say the isolation factor, because I'm pretty sure that in most of your lives, many of the people that have chosen to get poked, do the hokey pokey, you know, and you may be one of the last Mohicans as far as your clan or your circles go, you know, and if you're not and you hold true to that, then you're going to be. Wise Fox, what's happening? Shout out to you. Happy weekend to you. Happy Sunday. And I just wanted to basically, encourage you, do not forget that you do create your own slice of universe. You know what I'm saying? And what you can attract, what you can magnetize, what you can create, and who you can be is not defined by all the fuckery. See, they like to cheat. That's where the mind control comes in. Look at all of us as batteries. And if I can put a certain narrative up and get everybody's attention and that stuff to buy into this, then I can get you to create my reality through your mental attention, through your mental dynamics, through your energy. Because obviously your energy is going to go where your attention flows. So, that's all we have to do, said the evil geniuses. you know? So I know that it's probably going to be more of a thing as this shit starts to go along more, because like I was discussing with him, I seen some ad on Facebook about, some event or something. And, my first thought when I seen it, I'm like, that sounds interesting. And then in the corner, it was like only vaccinated only. So I'm guessing that they're going to be, I don't know, checking for fucking cards or whatever they got going on with that. That shows you how hermetized I am. Like, I've been such a hermit over the last couple months, and I have no plans of really necessarily changing that anytime soon. But yeah, I am going to be splashing on them, and but it was just kind of like, wow, okay. So I can definitely see more of that happening. And for those of you who have, stood your ground, stood on your square, I just want to salute you, because it's not easy. You got the mind fucking coming from every which direction. The first one is more, and I didn't want to really speak on this too much anymore. But I'm speaking of an aspect of it, the mental aspect, the emotional aspect of it, that many of you either may find yourself in now or will find yourself in the weeks and months to come, or at least contemplating, because let's face it, there are things going on right now. And I guess it does come down to what's most important for you, and, where your values lie. Some people want their old life back, so they will do whatever is necessary uh, for what seems to be the attainment of that, you know? So I'm not here to tell anybody what to do. Yes, I have my opinions and shit about things, and I'm sure y'all do too. and that's fine. Everybody can have their opinion, you know. But I just seen some things that are more or less probably right around the corner as far as just even like more or less, especially on the mind control aspect of things, because that is what the fuck is going on. Like, I'm not gonna ever change my tune about it because then I'd be lying to y'all. I mean, y'all can pretty much probably clearly see that shit yourself. You don't need me to tell you that, So, but I see more or less now the carrot. Right now, it's the carrot on the stick. That's kind of the squeeze, but I can see them also working the other. Like, don't be surprised. For those of us who have chose to just, we're not doing that shit. Don't be surprised if next thing we're the bad guys. It's because of us. There's variant strands. It's like, no, motherfucker, you are the petri dish. Okay? Can you tell me exactly what the fuck was in that shit that they stuck in you? More than likely, you cannot. Okay? And you ever I want to become money. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you ever like deal with somebody, maybe they did something that you didn't like, and they're like, look, baby, that's not this. You know what I'm saying? It's a new me now. You know what I mean? Give me one more chance. You know what I'm saying? That's what it reminded me of. Because they like to play this one particular video when you go on YouTube. And it's this brother with dreads or locks. And he's talking about how he don't know about whether he should. I'm pretty sure some of y'all done seen this shit. And then they cut to somebody, some bitch behind a desk, and she's like, her last words are, yeah, it's important that we all do this. And remember, I get it. It's smart. You're smart for being skeptical. That whole fucking psychology shit. You're smart for being skeptical, but that ain't this. That was the word. That's what they said. But that ain't this. Because you're going to think about all the fucking experiments and shit going awry in the years gone by. But that ain't this. You know what I'm saying? So you can feel at peace. And I had another friend who did do it. Hey, Lauren Chin, I had another friend who did do it. You know what I'm saying? And like, we didn't debate or anything because like, I'm not even going to do all that shit, man. Like, and plus, you already did it. So, but I was like, what do you expect to happen? To get these things and then wake up like, Walking Dead and shit? That's not how this is going to go. Like I've said before many times, there is a long game here. There's a long game here. That's the most important thing. You know what I'm saying? Aaron Velasquez. What's up? Anyways, yeah. So I wanted to give you guys that, I guess you can call it, I don't know if it's a technique or it's just a way of thinking. I don't know exactly what you call it, but that confirmation conjure is some shit. You want to start blasting your way up the learning curve and shit like that. 831 Community Watch. Shout out to my brother from another. Yeah, do it. That takes you no time at all. And I don't care, even if it's about a change. Let's say you're like, I want to be more patient. My dad tried to manipulate me into getting it. I'm 34. I can think for myself. Word. Word. See, yeah, there's the inner pressure of things going on too. I mean, there's people that got it that I was just fucking shocked about. I was just like, fuck, not you. But like I said, the one that hit the hardest and that hit the most different was when I found out my mother did it. And I was just like, that one hit different. That one's just different. The other ones, it was all like disappointment, or it was just like, oh no, you did, bitch? Well, okay. Shit like that. But that was just different. Obviously, when it's your parents or if it's your mother or somebody that you really care about or whatever. But people make their own decisions, and just like we have we make our own decisions of what we're not going to do, and they have a free will, so to speak. Doesn't seem so free to me though. Yeah, so anyhow, I figured what time is it now? We got about 30 minutes. So what I can do for you, if you have a specific question, we can do a PayPal me for that, or I can just do spirit cards for free. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna probably come back on here earlier tomorrow and do the you know, make it more of a PayPal me slash spirit card thing. My mama was like, hell no, but my dad did it. I didn't dispute anyone that did, and they wasn't gonna come at me about it. Yeah, you have to be like that though. Like I talked to my mom after. I didn't even mention that I found out she did. I mean, she knows. Like I said, the thing about that with my mom is we've had multiple conversations about the whole thing, and I was surprised that it seemed how much she was just like, yeah, like I don't want to say like agreed with me, but like that could see all, not just one perspective, you know. But then I guess, if her sisters and brothers are doing it and this and that and all this, it's like there's also that unspoken peer pressure, you know, because I guarantee you, if you haven't, everyone around you, you're gonna pretty soon, if you're not already, you're gonna be the only one who hasn't got it. You know what I'm saying? Even the ones who have held out the longest, you're gonna see them. You're gonna see them do it. There's gonna be those in the conscious community who go and do it, and who's not, or he's either gonna lie and say they didn't, or just like not say anything about it. Hey, that's fine. That's cool. You know, just like I don't want to be interrogated about anything. I'm not trying to interrogate anybody about nothing. That's your business. What you want to do. If you want to go shoot up heroin, that's your fucking business. I'm not gonna tell you what to do. You know? I don't know, man. I don't know. All I know is that the God is even more focused, laser beamed, and deadlier than ever. You know what I'm saying? So you better keep this out your motherfucking veins if you know what's good for you. you know? Yeah, I ain't fucking around. My levels and dimensions of conversations that I've been having with different deities and entities and exploring myself has been fucking fantabulous. I almost, like, I could just see myself riding off into sunset, just being a hermit. You know what I'm saying? I will not do it. Veronica Lively. Yeah, I would say that I hope you don't, And right now, honestly, that's just my main thing. Like, I'm having so much fun exploring and having so much fun, like, choosing who I want to be, picking up new habits, developing new skill sets, doing all kinds of shit. Like, I'm totally 100% good 360 all the way around, So, and there's no doubt in my mind, like I told my spiritual brother from another Alf, I'm the motherfucker. I'm that nigga who will attract a unicorn um, in a field of sheep. I'm that guy. All I got to do is I just got to look at my past, and I can see that confirmed over and over and over again. So, like, you know, I was telling him, though, I caught myself actually feeling kind of bleak about shit. Not just about interpersonal relationship type shit, but I'm talking about just all the way around. Like, and not like hopeless, but just, it took a little dip, I guess. My mind started getting the best of me. And then it's like I got hit by this lightning bolt that reminded me of my godliness. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, look, we don't control the whole world, but you control your world. You know, I'm maybe control is not the right word, but yeah, I mean, you create, you build, you destroy, in all points in between. Your world, your fucking universe. You know, these things we know. And it's like, don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe, son. You know what I'm saying? Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe, you know, because you can create whatever experience you fucking want. And I think that's one of those things that they really definitely don't want you to be focused on, you know? So, enough with my rambling. So, what I think we'll do is if you have a specific question, you can make a donation, $9.99 or more, to paypal.me/Shango Ray. Or you can just put your hand up and I will draw a card and we'll just see what it is. You know, a spirit card. But yeah. And I was joking around saying, watch, they're going to end up trying to throw us on a fucking island or some shit. We're going to have one island. We're going to be like the lepers, you know. But, hey, fuck it. Okay, Omar. I seen my brother Omar here. Just a moment here. I'm a dealer at a casino, and I rebuke it from me. I don't even think about anything concerning it. My job offered it 3 times, and I refuse. I have a major surgery coming. I still won't do it. That's what I'm talking about. Whatever you do, stand on your square. And I salute you, Veronica, for standing on your square. You know what I'm saying? Because it takes a certain caliber of motherfucker to do that. Because most are going to succumb from the outside pressure. And if that ain't enough to do it, then the outside pressure becomes internal. And then you start doubting yourself and all that other shit. And then you end up folding. Woo woo. What's happening, woo woo? Okay, so I seen Omar. Okay, Omar, we're gonna pull a card for you to see what's up. This is just whatever may come through. You know what I'm saying? We'll see what comes through for you. What card is this? It's the cutter. All right. Plus, I just want to have some fun with y'all, you know. I do like pulling cards. Lit Mystic. I heard that. So for Omar. Who wants to come say hello to Omar? Omar. This is coming off 2 ways. I'm going to tell you the first way that this is coming off, okay? Number 1, I have a feeling, I don't know if you're in a relationship or not. If so, that might have, there might be some shit, unexpected shit from left field that just pops off, okay? I say relationship because a lot of times this could also be meaning some form of a like a lot of times this is, you know, for, hey, Gerald Washington. This is also for relationships, like abrupt endings and shit like that. But it can also just mean some type of helter-skelter type of shit. Like, whatever happens, though, and I say this because the Joker a lot of times is cloaked energy. So a lot of times it's like, I can only get so much because the Joker is very a fucking Joker. You know what I'm saying? And he also represents unexpected things. Now, on another level for this, I must say to you, I feel like there is something that I'm going to describe the way it feels, okay? Whatever this thing is that you need to do, or this decision to actually take one of your legs and put one in front of the other and begin going in that direction, a leap of faith. And I see a reluctance, or just like you got some blockages towards that. I would suggest you clear that up, you know? The other thing is too, and this might be contributing or conspiring to whatever this helter-skelter event is, Matter of fact, it could be the cause or one of the causes. Usually there's not one cause to anything. There's always a chain of events. The butterfly effect. Gotta love it. Someone working on you, brother. Or somebody threw at you, magically speaking. Okay? So be fortified up. Keep your protection, but more or less fortification. To be fortified. You know, I felt that whatever that was probably more from maybe not the distant past, but it wasn't maybe necessarily extremely recent either. But sometimes things take a moment to hit, but at the right time, they hit, you know? Oh, I put too much cinnamon in that motherfucker, man. You ever get to the bottom of the... Okay. Who else? Like I said, I'm doing free spirit card pulls here. If you want your own, if you have a specific question, you can donate $9.99 or more to paypal.me/Shango Ray, one word. And oh shit, we have somebody. So we're gonna get to you, Miss Lively, just a moment here. Okay. Only because I seen DeAndre Harris here. So DeAndre Harris. So what we got for DeAndre Harris? Absolutely, Omar. Sometimes, you know, preparation makes a big deal, a big difference. I believe. You know, I always equate it to like getting punched. You know, you can take a punch, but it's the punch you don't see that usually knocks you out. I don't know, Rainbow Rabbit. Donate that $9.99 or more, and we'll find out. All right, so we're going to get to Veronica Lively. Where are we at here? DeAndre Harris. Okay, DeAndre Harris. See, I know you guys are going to start getting warmed up now, huh? Wow. Wow. Look what you got. What the fuck is going on here? What the fuck is going on here? DeAndre. For you, I don't feel it has more. I don't feel it's work, like someone working on you or whatever. You may have a chain of events, dominoes falling, that end up equaling to some type of what would be described as some kind of heltery-skeltery shit too. Like I said, this could be anything. And when you're dealing with the Joker, you can never anticipate where the Joker is going to come from. But I also extend the same thing to you, because that's honestly the first thing I felt was, where are you not walking in your faith? As far as what it is that you know in your heart is the direction. And I hate to use the word should, because we don't need to should all over ourselves. There's what is and there's what isn't. So when we talk about shoulds, a lot of times we're talking about what isn't yet. But there's a leap of faith for you too, girl. I think that you've been kind of bullshitting there, and that's okay. Because you can turn it all around. You know, you can turn it all around. You can turn this sucker right around. And you see he's dipped out. He's dripped out. But this is how it came out. So what I'm feeling from it is the helter-skeltery event may not be something pleasurable, or may be something that, you know what though, anything that happens though, I've come to learn, like, even past my first initial emotional, maybe a reaction, but once I calm the fuck down, a lot of times it ends up being a good thing, because you can use it. You know what I'm saying? You can use it. Oh, okay. Oh, no problem, Veronica. So I will ask you, Veronica Lively, to come to the front. Come to the Shangorian altar. Okay? Deandra, whatever it is, I want you to know, Miss Harris, you got this. All right? That's what I do know, without question. So, lively. Lively come, okay? Now go ahead, and I want to hear you woo-saw. Out your hoo-ha. Take a nice deep breath in. Let that shit out nice and slow. Knowing as you're doing that, you're creating a space for whatever needs to come through for you. All right? So what does Veronica Lively need to know? What does Veronica Lively need to know? What does Veronica Lively need to know? One more shuffle, Veronica. All right. Just a moment here. Okay. I could see we're in the midst, Veronica Lively, also of some type of expansion in our lives. Maybe there's something we're bringing about or manifesting career-wise, money-wise, or personal goal-wise, or whatever. Uh, there may be some areas. I want to tell you this. Thank you. Don't be afraid or be intimidated to intentionally, this is what they want me to tell you, go ahead and trigger yourself. What do I mean by that? What is Shango talking about? Well, there are things that intimidate all of us that we know we should be doing or whatever, or maybe we should try, but they're intimidating to us. And it's not that even the actual factual facts of the matter are intimidating. It's our own definitions and processes that we feel about it or that we think about it. That's what's creating the friction. So when something comes up that creates that internal friction where you just, it almost feels like your circuits are gonna like overload to where you just say, fuck it. I don't even want to deal with that right now, you know? What you end up having to do, or what you can do, is to, and this sounds very, very simplistic, and I do apologize for that. Yeah, I tend, exactly, the overthinking things and shit like that. So a lot of us, a lot of us go through that or experience that, even if it's just in certain areas, because there's certain things that you want to do. There's certain things that are maybe as yet unknown to you that you want to do. But as soon as you lift your little leg to take that step, them voices shoot right the fuck up, and you start feeling it more or less. The more important thing is what you feel, like how it feels in your body. Probably feels like some form of an anxiety or anything like that. Love meaning, what's happening? So what you want to do is kind of trigger those things. You don't want to just wait to be triggered. You can wait to be triggered, whether that's within the confines of a relationship or anything. But when you actively do it, then you can say, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to trigger this shit. It's going to come up. And when it comes up, I'm just going to experience it. So the way you experience it is you just move yourself in your body and you start to feel it. And you just pay attention to it. You know what I'm saying? It can be intimidating to even take this particular step. But what you don't do is you don't spin your story as to why you feel all this shit. You strictly, I'll tell you what you can do. Next time you feel something, do a quick scan in your body. Where do you feel it? Do you feel it in your chest? Do you feel it like right here in your solar plexus? Where do you feel it at? And then you can start to notice, like, does it have a boundary? Like, I feel it here, but then start to figure, okay, where don't I feel it? Well, it kind of tapers off around here, right? So you just watch it and you feel it, okay? This is the thing. You don't fight it. You don't try and change it. You just feel it. And you just say to yourself, If it's the same, like you check in every 5 to 10 seconds, you just sit there and you just feel it, and you check in with it, like same. Usually it's moving around, it's doing something. It may still be the same. You check in again, another 5 seconds, same. But then you're going to start to notice it start to change. The moment you start doing that, you just say to yourself, changing. And you just watch it. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times these will, okay, good. Just try that out. Why I shouldn't. Exactly. Okay. Now, another thing though, I also see there may be a job, uh, an offer, possibly a promotion or something else offered to you. Um, I see that you're refusing it, and it seems like in some ways that's the best move for you to make, also. But the reason why I brought all that shit up to you, Veronica, is because I felt like there was a resistance there. And for you, and like many of you there, it's not even about doing something more. Like, if we could just get out of our own fucking way, we'd be surprised how fast we just, you know what I'm saying? It's not but anyways, another thing here, uh, what I see for you, especially, this kind of goes like something, a little project, a little self project for you, Veronica, for this whole summer. And it's going to, you're not going to have to wait long to start realizing the benefits, realizing the effects of this. Is I feel like some type of emotional mastery, a form of your own personal brand of emotional mastery over yourself is already in full effect. To be honest, I know it sounds weird, but like the dominoes have already been falling in that direct. Like, this is, and I see it actually like blooming to a point where you can actually see it and recognize the shit. You know what I mean? So I also see you like a change of heart about some other things as well. And also, I feel like you're going to, this is the best way that I could say it, by keeping your emotional state higher. Doesn't mean you got to be high all the time. Who's fucking high all the time? No, sometimes we have our dips. Sometimes we feel like, you know. I mean, feel what you feel. There ain't nothing wrong with it. Don't feel guilty about any way that you feel. But I feel like you're going to be, for some reason, this is the way it came through to me. I feel like I don't know if there's a troublemaking bitch at work. I don't know if there's a particular manager who's a woman. But by you doing this kind of like inner alchemy thing, I feel like in some ways, like you're just like, your force field is just like kicking her in the ass. I don't know. I don't even know how this plays out, but in some ways, I feel like you are going to be avoiding something, like a head-on collision with a bitch who could make things a lot difficult for you. But since you're on this other page now, it just kind of like you fucking matrix the bullets, so to speak, if you will. And like I said, I don't know if this bitch is at work. I don't know what her deal is. If she's like a manager, or somebody coming in, but I feel like in some ways you have some type of, I don't want to say some type of like authority over her in a way. Maybe not technically, but I'm talking about on a psychic level. Like you kind of sun her, you know what I'm saying? Or like you repel bullshit. So what I'm saying is, by you continuing to raise your shit, there's a lot of shit you're going to miss that you're going to want to miss. So you'll never know that's true though, because it's going to be avoided. You know what I'm saying? So, but I see you avoiding some situations, especially one with some, and then she may be a fire sign too, or have heavy fire sign placement, but she's a definitely troublemaking bitch. But I see you avoiding some things. So it's like, in a way, they're kind of showing me an alternative timeline in which this bitch would have been a type of problem for you, but now she's not. Hey, D Harris. Okay, we got somebody here. Oh shit, got a couple people here. We got the Wu. We got the Wu Tang here. Woo woo. Hold on, I'm pulling this up, woo woo. Thank you so much also for your donation. Veronica, woo, everyone. I appreciate y'all. Wishing all is well. May I know messages Spirit have for me? Absolutely. Woo, come forward. Why don't you? All right, why don't you? You already know this. It's already in your name, right? Go ahead and woo saw out your motherfucking hoo-ha into the cards. Just take a nice, relaxed, deep breath in and just let it out. Letting go of all tension. Making space for whatever needs to come through. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay. Let's see what's going on. I'm saying your name in my head. I'm not saying it out loud, but I'm saying it in my head. Uh-huh. Absolutely. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. I don't know what your sign is, woo woo, but I feel like this is you to some degree. I feel like this is you. These are your cards here. I'm gonna hold on real quick. Let me one more on this shit. What does this got to do with? I'm a little perplexed by her, to be honest. Okay. All right. Thank you. So, woo, I got to tell you this. I feel like you're right on the verge. You're right on the verge of a whole other dimension of, for lack of a better word, I guess the best way I can describe it is passion. Because to me, that whole passion, that encapsulates a lot. That could be, your career could be up in here, personal relationship thing could be up in here, something. But it feels kind of like the birth, yes, of a new life. Like you could say a new, like you're having a baby in a way. But your baby in this case would be um, the new or the you that you choose to be, you know, and that encapsulates your whole life, all these different areas. Yes, you have your wants and desires and all these specific wants and desires in all these areas. That's great. But one of the things I feel that has been maybe hindering that whole thing is this, okay? It's this. Now, to me, for this particular reading, I don't know. I feel like in some ways, Woo, you're scared of your own shine. I feel like if you allowed yourself to truly glow up as you could, that I feel like in some ways you may have a fear or feel fear that it would, I don't know, maybe it would put you on other people's radar, make you a target. I don't know exactly what particular, I'm sensing a fear here though. So in other words, what I'm saying is you've been holding yourself back. But what you don't realize is, like, here is the threshold. Let's just say, in speaking of dimensions, right? There's this dimension right here that you're in. You're totally familiar with this one. There's the one that you want to move into, which already exists. And there's, I guess you could actually say that there is a version of yourself that is already there. It's just recognizing that, recognizing that, remembering that, connecting with that, putting your TV on that particular channel, you know. Okay. But, and I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. I want you to know this. And Spirit wants you to know this too. That anything that you might be, so there is a secondary gain here that's coming up, right? The secondary gain is lack of, long stories, just to keep you safe. Because you imagine some type of harm if you was to fully spread your fucking wings, right? Um, it's right there. It's right there. And also in doing so and spreading your wings also is putting an end to something. All right. That may be a particular job. It may be a particular line of work. It may also be doing something else, but it's something that I see you actually doing proactive. And I hate to tell you this. I hate to love to tell you this, okay? Because I love to tell you this. You're going that way. So you can maybe try and slow it down, by being afraid of it, or, you know, sometimes also I feel too, we have to get acclimated to the new shit. You know, you can't just jump into the hot water. Like, you want to turn the water up slowly so you get acclimated to it or whatever, however you choose to do it. But they want me to tell you you're not benefiting anybody by, covering your shine at all. And there are so many, how can I say this? You got so much around you, as far as even in the realm of like protection wise and shit like that. You think anybody's gonna really be able to fuck with you? Really? Because passing that threshold, obviously that means your frequency is going up, your vibration is going up, meaning certain shit just can't come in anymore. It can't come in anymore. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. And I think another thing too with you is there may be also the question of who would I be without this particular struggle, or without this, there may even be a feeling of grief of leaving the old you. You know what I'm saying? And all that is natural. All that is natural. They're telling me to tell you to, think about where it is you want to go to, not necessarily what you're trying to run from, but there is some doors that need to be closed. But that's what I have for you, Ms. Wu. So let's see what else we got here. I know it resonated with you. I don't need to ask you. Let's see here. Oh shit, we got the TV. Let me see. We got a couple in line here. Let's see what's okay. So next I have Miss Harris. And Miss Harris wants to know. Let's see what she's talking about. Oh shit. Oh, I don't know if you wanted me to say that or not, but I guess, okay, she would like to pay it forward. So she would like to be, for somebody who maybe is on here, who would like to ask a full-blown question, I'm going to open it up, and we have to thank Miss Harris, because she is the one who made this possible, Rainbow Rabbit, it's paypal.me/Shango Ray, all one word. So I guess I'm going to ask who would like to be the recipient of this this sponsored question by our very own DH. And don't worry, I'll wait. Okay? What do we have? I'm just waiting here, and there's like nobody saying shit. I think because everybody's like, I already donated. Shit. Wow. And the transaction ID number has 7777 in it. And what's funny is on my walk yesterday, I go walking across this intersection, and there was a like a newer Range Rover. I think it was a Range Rover. Honestly, I don't remember what fucking car. I know it was black on black. It was clean as fuck, but the license plate said something something 7777. So we in the money, y'all. That means we in the money, okay? Spiritual, physical, and of course currency. So what's up? Friendly person. You're the one I seen. No. Friendly person. Not 777, 7777. There's 4 of them. Yeah, 4 of them. Okay, friendly person, go ahead and state your question here so I can answer your question. And once again, thank you. The reciprocation is great with this one, Miss Harris. Okay? Yeah, friendly person, come on. What you got? Because I have others waiting, and I know it's late to all my beloved East Coastarians and shit. You know, they on a different time than old Papa Shanquito right now. Well, you know, you're the one who raised your hand first, so if you want to say one, but yeah, you are the recipient, you know, definitely. So I guess you could say one. So what's your question? Okay. So friendly person. Come here. Yes. Come. Come to the front of the Shangorian altar. All right. And now that you're here, just take a nice, relaxed, deep breath in. And we saw it out, okay? All into the cards, making a space for whatever needs to be known. In pertaining to your question, okay, is Dontrell my twin flame? All right. So is Dontrell friendly person's twin flame? Dontrell from person's twin flame. Only the Truth. Sponsored by our very own, our beloved DeAndre Harris. Be sure you thank DeAndre Harris for this too, you know. So, is Dontrell, I can just tell by the name, no? I'm just kidding. Hold on. It's Dontrell. We got some twin flame action going on here. Is that what we're talking about here? Do we have some twin flame action going on here? I would have to say on this one, no, not the twin flame thing. More than likely, I don't know. I have a feeling, I mean, because it could be a karmic relationship. It could be a soulmate relationship. It could be a karmic soulmate relationship. You know? These are your cards. I didn't get a yes on that, though. Especially if I'm gonna ask about a twin flame situation. Hey, Miss PB. Then I demand a resounding yes, you know. But like I said, what I got from this more or less is like there seems to be some type of a very strong, and it doesn't make it any less important, you know. I know Miss BB, they on some bullshit, you know. But I'm feeling if anything it's a possible strong, you know, soulmate connection, depending if it's more easy breezy, lemon squeezy, then it's probably some type of a soulmate one. If it's got some bumps and bruises up in that bitch, it could be it seems to be more or less of a karmic one. But it is not. I'm not showing that it's a twin flame situation going on here. Okay, so thank you again, friendly person, and once again, thank you, Deandra Harris, for that. That was love. That was love. Yeah, it doesn't take away from what it is, though, friendly. You know what I'm saying? But I get it. You're just kind of curious, or you want to see what I come up with. Um, all right. So it appears that our very own prophetess Vance is up into his house, and she has a question. Or let me see what's going on with prophetess Vance here. She didn't leave a note. Prophetess Vance, where are you? Prophetess Vance, where are you? Prophetess Vance, are you in the house? Mm-hmm. You did leave a note? I'm not seeing it. It's not showing up here. Yeah, there is no note here. And I'm looking all over. No note. There's no note. Okay. All right. Well, thank you. To Prophetess Vance, please bless the Shangorian altar with your prophetess presence. Okay. You already know how this works. This is interactive. When you watch Shango Ray or you watch some Go TV, this shit's interactive, yo. You don't just sit there and veg out, pick Lynn out your belly button. All right, go ahead and woo-saw out of your hoo-ha, Prophetess Vance. Thank you so much for this opportunity. You already know how the get-go goes. All right, so what did the ancestors got to tell Prophetess Vance? Don't be fucking around with the deacons. No. you leave them young deacons alone. Oh, pop this fast. What she got? All right, let's get it. Yeah, let's get it. All right. Okay. Uh, First of all, I feel that maybe they're saying this too for preparation's sake or whatever, just so you know it doesn't hit different. Oh, I'm sorry, Miss BB. I didn't put it on there. I should have put it in there. It's just it's paypal.me/Shango Ray, all one word. Okay, Prophetess Vance. Just a second here. Once again, Prophetess Vance, you're in a Prophetess Vance is in a phase where she's been I can it feels like you've been really hunkering down as far as in your own like self-exploration, taking some time to get to know certain shit about you. Be that through whatever study, whatever practice, or whatever. However, I feel like there is something getting cut off here, Prophetess Vance. Something ending. They're showing me. And they're also showing me that, I don't know if there is a particular romantic interest or this could be I don't know exactly what this is really. Yeah, something's getting cut off. And this is something that you would prefer to have kept going. So it's kind of like your ancestors coming in saying, okay, now I want you to think about this because it doesn't matter. Like, I don't have to get it. It's just about you. This is about you. So allow whatever needs to come to mind. It doesn't even have to happen at this particular moment that we are having this right now. This could come in a minute, but as far as something that you know you really should let go of, but there's also that same resolute refusal to do so, more than likely the strongest one to get out of that is going to be the one that it gets cut off. Okay, something is getting cut off, and they're letting me know it's them. You know, we gotta make an executive decision, girl. Okay, we're making an executive decision. All right, Jay Grant, what's happening? So that's going on too. Now I feel like there's something going on with this guy. Okay, there's a dude, a guy. He appears to have either some financial knowledge or he's kind of like a man of means. This cutoff thing may have something to do with this person. Now, I don't know. Going to take it. Yeah, you know, I don't know if you've been entertaining any sugar daddyism or anything going on right now, but you know, I don't know whether that's job related too. That can also be. Sometimes these things can come through and it's like a prism. You know, the light has different. It's fractured in different areas, so you got the different things. Yeah, but this guy is playing a part in that. Okay, or it's an Earth sign, maybe even a Capricorn or something like that, or it could be a Capricorn. You know what I'm saying? Um, but I feel like whoever this person is, thank you. That's also it too. They're showing me you actually kind of cutting off, or maybe this turns proactive for you as far as cutting off somebody who may try and dangle the carrot in front of you or use finances or money to try and either manipulate you or whatever. But there is also a change of status coming for you. Now, look, how many times have I told you this? I think in the last couple times, I keep saying, you got this. This keeps showing up, TV. And I don't know if you just been camping out in the house or what, but there's some like love action going on here, coming to you. Okay, no pun intended, but it's happening. Okay, I don't. You can hide all you want. You know what I'm saying? But this shit is coming to you. There's like I feel like it's gonna be whatever this is. It keeps coming up because I keep remembering this shit. TV, right? Tell me I'm wrong. Has this card not came up at least 2 or 3 different times already for you? Every fucking time. Yeah. So it's happening. That would also equate to a change in status. So whatever this is, being that it's happened several different times, I feel like right now there's still maybe some adjustments. Plus, you know, a timing is important too. You know, it just may not be the exact time yet because I know you're doing your own work as well, which is more important than anything. But that's already kind of like knocked down the dominoes to get this chance meeting where, you know, bodies start to slapping and shit. Okay, Prophetess Vance. All right, don't stain your robes with sin. Hallelujah. All right, but I'm telling you, they keep telling me, yo, this must be a significant relationship. TV man said he know his. It sounds like a very significant thing, and it's one of those, you know, sometimes you get in a relationship and you are already set to kind of grow in a particular way. So you need the right, addition to the formula for that, for the next chapter. I'm not saying it's, no matter how significant it may last for the long haul or a longer run, it may be, I don't know about all that yet, but I just feel it must be significant to you and just your overall evolution. Like it plays a part in there, it's one of them dominoes and it keeps coming up. So you're gonna have to be having that conversation. So what you think about that whole vaccination thing? Huh? Did you do the hokey pokey? You know. Albert Hernandez. I am phantasmic. But that's what I have for you, TV. And like I said, I can't make this shit up. Like it keeps coming up for you. So obviously I seen like a Billy D. Williams coming at you. You know what I'm saying? How are you doing, Alba? I had to take it back old school, Yeah, it is a trip. It just, I don't know what it is. You know what too? I think that I think there's also a preparation. I think right now, honestly, you're in a preparation period because I know it may seem maybe kind of uneventful, maybe as far as that area goes, perhaps, but it's actually not. Like the scene is being set. And before I know it's gonna happen this summer, I know it's gonna happen this summer, sometime during this summer. Who knows? Like, be having them fireworks popping off and shit. I don't know, T Prophetess. Just don't forget your prophetess duties now, okay? Shit. Let's see what else we got here. Okay. Oh, we got another woo woo woo. Can you woo woo woo? Albert Hernandez. Why not well? May I ask? What is not well? Yeah, TV is going to be woo woo wooing. Oh, thank you so much, Miss Woo. I just seen your message here. Was there anything else I could do for you? Is there anything else I can do you for? Or with stray? Was that just love? Or what? Whatever it was, I thank you. I know you do, TV. That's also why I said it. I admit it. That's why I said it. Yeah. Right, Jake Grant? See? You know what I'm saying? So, I want to thank you, Woo. Woo Woo. I appreciate you. I very much so appreciate you. And of course, Prophetess fans and everybody. You know what I'm saying? Everyone on here. Because you don't have to be here right now. You can be doing anything else. Let me see here. Okay, so I don't see nothing here as of now. So I can resume my spirit card pulls. So if anybody wants a card, just go ahead and put your hand up. And I will gladly pull a card for you to see what comes through. Oh, well, thank you so much, Wu. I appreciate it. My heart chakra is ejaculating love frequency all over you, okay? Thank you. See, that's what makes it. Jay Grant, you in the seat, man. You the one, Jay Grant. So what can we tell Jay Grant? One more. Okay. Jay Grant, I got you. What you got, Woo? Come on down. I can hear that doom 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 like that. You know what I'm saying? Start catching the Holy Ghost up in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Doom 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 doom. I start flipping down the aisles. You know what I'm saying? Between the pews. I'm sick, always tired. Do you take vitamins, Alba? I know that seems trivial, but they do make a difference, especially D3. Okay. Do you take D3? Okay. Woo. Is my baby daddy doing black magic on me? Okay. Well, you know, with every question, you must approach the Shangorian altar. Okay. So go ahead. Don't worry, it's padded. Your knees will be okay. And go ahead and woo saw out your hoo ha into these cards. Let's get to this matter of black magic here. All right. So it's woo woos. True that too. In running down the list of physical, then there's, of course, you got to jump from the physical. If everything should be copacetic physically, you know. Okay, so Woo Woo. Is Woo Woo's baby daddy doing black magic on her? Oh, okay, Miss BB. I'll get to you just a moment here. Uh, don't worry about it. Just you can just hang tight and then just throw the question in there. Woo Woo, is your baby daddy a fire sign by chance? Woo Woo, Woo Woo. Let me see. Okay, Miss BB, I got you. All right. To answer your question, Miss Woo Woo, he's a Cancer. Okay. Just a moment here. I'm feeling also too like he didn't want you with anybody else. The question that I got, I mean, well, not the question. What I got is I didn't get a super strong like fuck yeah, you know. Yes, true, TV. Yes, they can be a little, but this is also like could be a troublemaking man. He's is he older than you? Woo woo. I'm gonna show you how they lay out right now. And I don't know if there's been any you know, issues with child support or things of that nature. But this is what I got. So I did get a yes. Uh-huh. I did get a yes. However, I don't feel it's like technical. I mean, it is black magic, like, because you don't have to do anything really to do black magic. Like, just to be able to focus and direct one's negative emotions and energy, as you know, could be considered, especially with harmful or ill intent, that could be considered, you know, what black magic, I guess. That's one definition of it. For the sake of this conversation here, I'm gonna say that yeah, I do feel he has been. It also feels too like for some reason it's aimed at money. Also, like finances definitely have something to here to play with it to deal. You know, I don't know if there was like a war or something about child support or anything like that, but I do definitely feel like he was like, you know, not feeling that at all. I definitely feel like this is, I don't know which one, but The one who's like could be the most troublemaking here. Yeah, yeah. And another thing about it, I feel like this guy could be extremely um petty as far as just like, after so long, you would think that okay, we have a child together, but I can still wish you well and not be bugged by the fact you have somebody else or something. um it's not even necessarily like he's necessarily trying to get you back. It's just like, I hope you don't find nobody, like just so you'll be miserable type of thing. Because I feel like something is also there, thrown that way, about blocking the start of something, or if there was kind of something, it seemed to like maybe it might go somewhere and then like it fizzled out. I feel like it has a piece of that has to do with his influence as well, you know. And another thing about it is too, whatever this is that was like sent your way, or however in his particular little style of doing this shit, it was also made to make certain decisions extremely hard for you to make. Even if these decisions, it's not like there's a bunch of choices. It's either you go this way or that way. You either do it or you don't. Left or right. No, that type of shit. But it's like it seems like there's a lot of frenetic energy around it, where almost like you can't make a decision. That should be number three on here. you know so there, I don't want to say it's mostly all mental, because sometimes some attacks are just mostly on the mental level. They result more in mental tormenting. I don't feel like this is necessarily the case here, but whatever it was that he was putting out to you, hey, Melvin Brown, I feel definitely that it was meant to stop some shit. Like in a way, he wanted to, like, it's like he wanted to make you pay. You know, there's like a certain level of disdain he has for you. You know, and if he can stop you from getting any of his money and stop you also from just progressing in any other way, it's like he would take some type of pleasure from that. You know. All right, come to Philly. Yeah. What be popping in the swinger club, Melvin Brown? Loving life. What's going on? All right, let's see here. Oh shit. Damn. Got a couple more in here. Uh you know what? Let me do Jay Grant, cuz it looks like okay, I got a Marcus. All right. Marcus, thank you so much. I don't know if you meant to put your, I don't want to just put your whole name. I'm not going to put your whole name out there, but let me see here. Just a moment. Just a moment. Any advice on maintaining focus? I don't know if it's ADD or not. My brain is all over the place, which makes it difficult to be productive. Even doing spells can be challenging because I have trouble concentrating on the fucking ritual. Maybe there's a certain entity I could work with. Thank you in advance. Definitely an excellent question, Marcus. We're gonna get into that shit. Let me do Jay Grant though, because I told Jay Grant I don't want him getting lost in the sauce here, and I just want to be able to. Jay Grant, you still there? All right, let's hit off Jay Grant. Grab my phone, and there I was, huh? There I was. I'm me. Can you tell me if someone has used magic on me? I can if you donate. Okay, that's you? All right, cool. I got you. Thank you. Keisha T, what's going on? See, I told you, Jay Grant. I look out for my brothers on here. I'm not gonna let you. I told you I get you, and I want to get you before we conclude, and I gotta get these other ones. All right. So Jay Grant, what needs to come through for Jay Grant? Carpool, just carpool for Jay Grant. What needs to come through for Jay Grant? Jay Grant. It's the typical standard $9.99 or more if you're about that circulation life and you like to see bigger wops come back to you, then you circulate bigger. Jay Grant. Jay Grant, what's up? God damn, 11 o'clock already. All right. Jay Grant, this is what Spirit has to say for you. Thank you, Woo Woo. Appreciate it. There's some things and events that's been going on, after effects, okay, that you've been experiencing in your life right now. I have to say that if I'm going to say a particular cause for something, it is this. No, I'm gonna definitely get you, Rainbow. I got you right now. I wanted to get him out, because I don't want him to getting lost. I told him I'd do it, and I want to keep my word to him. So put it point blank what I want to say to you, Mr. Grant. I feel like there's a grudge. There's something you've been holding on to. And it's fucking with you. Okay? This might be towards this particular person, and or it could be also some things you've been feeling about yourself as well. You know what I'm saying? I think numero uno, there needs to be some form of self-forgiveness for yourself. And I don't I'm not going to front and say like I know exactly where and what that it means to you. It could be several different incidences, but all equating into the same thing, which is affecting your image of yourself, how you view yourself, what you feel that you are worthy about. Sometimes we push away success, and even though consciously we don't understand why it's happening, but there is a secondary gain. There may be a part of you where it's like, no, I am getting what I want because I feel in some way that I deserve this punishment of some kind. I feel like that relates to you. You know what I'm saying? But also there is something going on with somebody else. Could be somebody else's. But there's one in particular. And I feel like it's a woman. You know what I mean? Could be mother. I don't know. Could be somebody else. But I feel that there was something kind of like, it's like once you do that, right? Like, let's say this is you, right? And for some reason, there's something you have not let yourself off the hook for. Well, now you start building a bunch of different experiences and definitions based off of this. So it kind of makes it more difficult to let go of this. Because once we get rid of this, oh, thank you, Alba, appreciate that. Once you get rid of this, then all this becomes irrelevant, pretty much. Because it's not you anymore, and sometimes that can be hard, especially if we get, Keisha T, paypal.me/Shango Ray, all one word. And yeah, so anyways, the bottom line here though is forgiveness. Specifically though, they're telling me, they're like, look, he needs to forgive himself first and foremost. Before he goes forgiving other people, he has to forgive himself, and I don't know for what. I don't know what you may be, whatever, but I'm going to tell you, guilt is one of the most worthless emotions that it serves no function, really. And especially past a certain point. And whatever this is, I do feel it's probably old as shit. It's time to let that shit go. All right. So moving on here with Rainbow. The Rainbow Rabbit, why don't you come forth here to the Shangorian altar? All right, come forth to the Shangorian altar and let's explore this question here. I am going to throw cards just to see what else comes through, but I got some shit for you. So go ahead and just woo-saw out your motherfucking hoo-ha into the cards. Wada-da-dang. All right. Hey, my pleasure, Mr. Grant. Take what you can use now. see what it do. You know, whatever this is though for you, it contributes to some form of a feeling of like, oh, I'm not good enough, or I don't deserve that, or it creates a conflict between where you want to go and where you feel. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a conflict there, but it revolves around that. Okay, Marcus. For the question is, you can't concentrate. Okay. So, what might we have to do about this here? Huh? All right. See if there's anything that comes through. Okay, so rainbow. I'm just gonna read this. I was already shuffling this in, but just so people can hear this again if they missed it. Any advice on maintaining focus? I don't know if it's ADD or not, but my brain is all over the place, which makes it difficult to be productive. Even doing spells can be challenging because I have trouble concentrating on the ritual. Okay, so as far as a certain entity, that I would suggest, the first entity that actually popped up to me to suggest to you to work with, in addition to whatever other advice I may offer you in regards to this, is Dantalion. If I was you, I would work with Dantalion also, because Dantalion will also start to help you understand your own mental processes, your own mental hangups. Um, I'm sensing here too that yes, Alba, I got you. I'll be right with you. What I'm sensing here too is I feel like there is an issue of, now, do you see this happening just all over? I have a feeling that this happens more or less when it comes to particular areas or specific actions. For example, it may be a ritual about something that you have a lot of importance placed on. You know what I'm saying? Like, can you give me a little feedback on that? Well, I don't know if you're still here, but I'm just going to say this. What I would start doing, it's not, no, no, I know it's not just the rituals, but what I'm saying is, or what I'm asking is, is it specifically also when it comes to certain activities? Like you said, being more productive. You mentioned being more productive, but also when making decisions to improve. Right. Well, that's what you would be doing the rituals for also. So I kind of put all that into one, like anything. Once again, I feel like there also, in addition to what, for certain, like for example, let's go over just briefly, like working out, I'll put a plan together and it falls apart. I get it. Okay. So there's I see some secondary gains here with you as well. But I wanted to just kind of like, I mean, obviously, I don't know your diet, I know this when I'm eating like a bunch of junk food all the time. Um, it kind of has me in this brain foggy thing, when I'm eating cleaner for the most part. I still have my times where I worship my inner fat ass. Please believe that. I just had like a 5,000 calorie day like 2 days ago. So, we put that in full effect, but primarily though, clean, real foods, not processed, not sugary shit that tends to cause inflammation and stuff like that. So I'm just saying, be sure you go through also, like, let's cross off some checklists as far as physical things. What am I eating? Am I eating a lot of shit with food coloring and sugar and all this other processed food? If I'm eating a lot of processed foods and sugars, then that's going to contribute to the brain fog. You know what I'm saying? Um, Second of all, as it relates to Um, as it relates, I feel like there's a gain you also get from not working out. You know, there's a gain you also get from not working out. Another thing I feel too, why are you doing what you're doing? Specifically, like for example, things to improve your life. I include rituals in that too because rituals do improve your life also. I stopped eating meat 20 years ago, but I haven't given up junk. Yeah, I feel you. I have never just given it up either. So I feel you on that. Nor should you actually. There's a time and a place. But if you've been eating it, okay, so you might want to find a way to cut back on sugar. Okay. Just an example. Okay. I can only use myself for an example because, you know, I'm just around me a lot right now. So, but I used to have a fuckload of sugar in my diet because I put a lot of sugar in my coffee, right? But what I found some way to make coffee where I put my protein powder in it, and it acts like a fucking mocha that tastes delicious, and there's like 3 carbs in that bitch. You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't even like all the sugar from my shit just whoosh, and you know, obviously, what I'm saying is that did have an effect here too, because that sugar does fucking inflame shit, and it does mess with you. You know what I'm saying? So that's just one aspect of it, though. Okay. So if I was to be able to like talk with you personally and shit, I would be asking you questions as far as, well, let's get a little bit more specific. But since this is just kind of like a general type of reading, I'm giving you some points to check through. Um, so I would list out, okay, these are the areas okay, anytime you're trying to make an improvement in your life, whether it's working out, whether it's I want to start my business, whether it's whatever, that's going to come with you changing who you are. It just is. You can't have the new shit being the old Marcus. Marcus must become new as well. You know what I'm saying? So usually there's some resistance to that. Obviously, there's that old you that does not want to die. You know, so it plays mental tricks on you. When you go to focus, it'll start throwing a bunch of shit that you need to do, and it's like your mind is trying to multitask while you're sitting there staring at the candle and shit, and you're like, I'm supposed to be of singular thought right now, and I'm thinking about this, that, and the other. You know, for one, you already know this, resisting all this type of shit when it pops up is just going to it's like it's just going to engage it. So one thing I would suggest you do, just to create the habit of it, okay, is literally for just 3 minutes a day, just like meditate for 3 minutes a day. Just sit there and breathe, and just, you know, as best as you can, watch whatever thoughts come by. Just that's it. You're not looking to create some phenomenal, amazing, explosive effect just from this, okay? But the habit of that, all right? What it happens is you end up, it's like you got all this noise in your head and shit, and what it does is it carves off just a little piece of just silence. Another thing you can do as just a practice, okay? At any given time, and you can do this while you're meditating as well. You're going to probably hear sounds. There may be shit outside your window, birds, whatever, people talking, whatever. You hear the sound, even like right now, you can hear my voice talking to you. But behind my voice, behind any other sounds in your environment, you'll notice there's a silence that is always there. And it's like the sound, all these sounds sit on the silence. It's like the silence is just there, encompassing everything, just watching, you know. And what I like to do is just tune in to the silence behind the sound and within every sound, because every sound has silence in it. Music is not music without silence. That's what makes it music, or else it'd be one long continuous sound. So you need to start working out just like you want to work out your body. You got to work out these little things, just little by little, though. Okay. I know probably not the answer you was hoping for. I know it wouldn't be for me, but trust me, the shit actually begins to work. Because what you want to know is it's not about not getting distracted, it's about catching yourself when you do. And then stop judging yourself. I feel like you're really hard on yourself. And that just compounds everything. That just compounds everything. Okay. So, barring aside any medical condition, which I know not of, and I'm not a doctor and I cannot give medical advice, but I don't feel it's a question more or less of that ADD shit. Matter of fact, I think a lot of people have been diagnosed with that just so they could be slid some pills too. Maybe there is, justifiable reasons that you want to, whatever, but there have been a lot of studies how it show just diet alone can start to reverse the certain effects of what we would call ADD or ADHD and stuff like that. And I know me personally too, I can relate to you, brother, because I get very excited. I got like a lot of there's some Gemini in my chart to where it's like I'm like jumping all over the fucking place. So having to be able to exercise my focus muscles, because there's focus and then there's concentration. Concentration is what you would be using during a ritual. For the next 15 minutes, I'm concentrating on this. Now, that doesn't mean that you're not going to think of other shit, that stuff's not going to intrude in your head. But the point is, you catch yourself and you don't judge yourself. You don't be all like, fuck, I know this shit is, I'm never going to get this shit right. No, you don't do any of that shit. You just pull your attention back to what it is that you're doing and you trust in your work, you know? Yeah, it does, TV, for real. My Mars is in Gemini. So, like, and Mars is all about the doer, getting shit done and all that stuff like that. So I would suggest you just try practicing just those two itty bitty things, okay? And see ways that you may maybe kind of shift your diet a little bit as far as specifically like the sugar, because I've noticed for me the sugar made it like the brain fog, and other shit like that. It just seemed to make it, oh shit, it seemed to make it worse. Love and life, gang gang, woo woo. Let me see. Let's go back here. See what else we got going on. Oh, they kicked me out the PayPal. So hold on. Let's see what's up, folks. All right. Oh shit, we have some more. I thought this was going to be slow. Okay, I see Miss BB. Okay, so I have Miss BB, and then I have Alba, and then I have Love and Life. I think that's you. Your actual name starts with an L, right? If I remember correctly, right? And you know what, Moon Rabbit, the hardest thing to do, I'm gonna tell you, man. And I'll be honest, I gave up on it at first because it was just like, it was so uncomfortable. Okay, I got you. You will be last then. I got one. So I got Carla. I got two more in front of you, but I got you. But real quick, Moon Rabbit. I would take something like this, and I would tack it to the wall. And what I would do is I would pick just one of them, right? It doesn't matter. Anything. Just pick anything. You don't even need one of these. It could just be a spot on the wall, right? And I would just gaze at the spot, and I would just basically like notice everything about it. I would have a timer, and I would write down how long it took before I started thinking of some other shit. And usually it wouldn't be that fucking long at all. And just to sit there and wrestle with that mind, which was what it felt like at the time, was so uncomfortable that I stopped practicing that for a while. You know what I'm saying? But you got to rehearse. You get what you rehearse. You know what I'm saying? So do some type of drills to get those skills, at least just to like, you know, be able to catch yourself. If you can catch yourself, that's more than half the battle. Then you can just gently put your attention where you need it to be. You know, fuck all that judgment, all the other shit. That's what makes everything so much worse and much more complicated. All right, here we go. What do we have here? Okay. I think you said, Miss BB, you just wanted to know what Spirit was talking about, huh? Okay. I'm looking for Miss BB's shit because she didn't put the note on there. It be all rich people. Oh, okay. I often find myself in situations I'd be like going to take some type of a class, right? Or something. Okay, what is the most important thing that I need to know? Okay. So Miss BB, if you are available here, come to the Shangorian altar. Don't worry, it's padded down there. Thy needs shall be safe. And go ahead and just take a nice relaxed breath in and woo-saw out your motherfucking hoo-ha. Okay, good. Okay. So I will be returning tomorrow, but I'm gonna get Carla, I'm gonna get Miss BB, I'm gonna get Love and Life, and the other one on here, Alba. And then I'm gonna be concluding. So I went way over, but hey, whatever, man. Fuck it. All right. Okay. Let me show you your cards, Miss BB. Let me show you your cards. I have to draw another card on here. All right. Ace of Hearts, Six of Spades. All right. Jack of Spades. Jack of Spades and this King of Diamonds are having a conversation about this Seven of Spades. Missing information here. Miss BB, are you a Earth sign by chance? A Capricorn? Because it can mean Capricorn too. Let me see here. Oh, Keisha. Let me see. Oh, shit. Okay, my bad. I didn't see you there. Yes, I do have you. Let me put the screen back so I can see. Thank you so much. Also, you to 15, right? There seems to be more up here. What? Marcus did again. Oh, okay. Yes, I have you. I got you. Okay, Marcus, BB. Where are you at? Okay. Yeah. All right. Sorry about that, Miss BB. We'll get to everybody right now. Just yes, I know. I got you. I know. I know. Okay. Well, what is most important here is what you're birthing. One of the things. Anyways, there's something else I wanted to draw on real quick here. Show me. What is this Seven of Spades about? What does this have to do with? Are you a Capricorn, by the way? Or an Aries, Miss BB? I still got to set up that call with you too, by the way. Hmm. Oh, okay. Thank you so much, Marcus. Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Hey, DJ, play that song. We be dancing all night long. Okay, there's also some things going on with your mother or something around your mother's. I feel like maybe some legalities or some shit or something coming up here. But we'll get to that. But what they want you to know is I feel like you are definitely on the precipice here. I mean, it's already in motion, Miss BB. As far as I feel like this relates to you. I said this to somebody earlier, but like you birthing a new you. Okay? You're already going through the birthing pains and shit like that, okay? So this is because they're showing me how it feels like you want to give up also, you know. It feels like it anyways. Or just like, what was I thinking type of shit. And it's like, oh, no, no. Like, now, we're going to get to this other information here in just a moment. I don't know if there's a fire sign around you. Mm-hmm. And you know what? There's also another, there's like a friendship or a partnership, which I think like you need at this point. You know, I think it would be a great thing for you, to be honest. I think it would it benefit you, right? The right friendship or partnership because of your, you know, kind of isolation and stuff too. So you're an Aries. Okay. Do you know any particular earth signs? Maybe a man, maybe an older man. I don't know if you have a sibling. I don't know who this is. They look to be maybe a Capricorn, or maybe they're just also like finance or something. I don't know. But there was this seven of spades that came out, right? And what this is also presenting is missing information. It could also be deception or somebody withholding information. But then when I pulled another card, like, well, what does this have to do with? What is it that she's not, you know? And I feel like there was either some type of situation or something maybe having to do with legalities or something of some kind, or I don't know. Maybe it might be a health situation having to do with your mother, though. But I see you having this conversation, but what I'm seeing is that you're not knowing what this person is either they don't know either or they're trying to hide it. Some other factors. And it seems to involve your mother. Okay? Now, I want you to know this. You have this certain air around you. You may not even be aware of it right now. Oh, okay, Capricorn ascendant. All right. There may be a situation where you have to talk to somebody about that. But you have this also, you got this going on too. This is like, usually spades aren't really, I mean, I don't want to say they're bad to get, but depending on, you know, how they hit, how they land. But what I could say this is you have also some good, you got like some good karma coming into play here, I guess you can say. Or maybe perhaps you successfully have paid some form of a debt. And so now you will be free to progress without so many hindrances. Okay? Be that internal, you know, or external. And it's one of these influences that if something does go wrong, something immediately comes to replace it or replenishes it. Okay? So my point is no matter what happens, especially during the next few weeks, key is not to freak the fuck out. Okay? Do not freak out, Miss BB, okay? Do not freak out. Bad news health-wise. Okay, well, are you speaking, did you get some bad news? Because you're going to recover, or it's going to balance out actually pretty well with that. There's the news we get, then there's also, depending on what and how, what we make of it, or what we turn it into, or how we, can utilize it or whatever. Okay? Key though is not to fuck up, not to freak the fuck out though. I do want you to know that I feel like there is something coming about with your mother right now. No, I don't. Oh, with her. Okay. Then this could also be referring to health, because like I said, spades is work, health, and also can be legalities as well. Okay. But whatever happens, I want you to understand your ex-husband was a Taurus. Oh, okay. Does he have anything to do with your mother's or any of the situation that you're in right now or anything? Because that could be him too. Is he financially kind of well off, or his shit's together financially? Mm-hmm. Yep. Show me about this. One more thing. All right, but I just want you to know that, yeah, I feel like in some ways, I don't know, is he trying to like press whoever this person is that I see you having this conversation with or whatever about? Maybe it's a disagreement. It's about making a particular decision. And it's kind of like you don't want to make the decision yet, maybe because you don't feel like you have all the information. And either there's just a case of missing information, or it's a case of information being withheld also. And if the situation hasn't came about yet, I think that's why it's coming through now, just to kind of give you a heads up, put a bug in your ear about that. Okay. My main thing here is your main mission, above all else, is going to be right now, especially because you are your foundation. So you must be able to maintain your peace. You got to maintain your peace. I'm talking about within. It's okay to feel any type of way. I'm not saying like you got to just be super happy and shit. No, nobody is. But that inner kind of tormentative, hopelessness, where it just feels like everything's a lost cause type shit, because it's not. That's a trance. That in and of itself is its own trance. You know what I'm saying? So I want to be able to see you snap out of that. Or it's okay if you, kind of get into that, but snap yourself out of it, Yes, me. Okay. So, you know what? But don't worry, I did get your email. As I mentioned, I was dealing with some family things, and, I had a family member who had some health things too. So I'm getting back to everybody, getting back in my swing of things and stuff. So we are going to set that time up if at all possible for this week, okay? Let's see here. Okay, loving life. Loving life. What do we have, loving life? What did you got? Okay, Santissima. Okay. So love and life, you here? Well, if you are here and when you do watch this love and life, you may approach the Shangorian altar. I would suggest the padded section. There must be a lag here as far as with Miss BB, because I don't know what the yes or the no is for. I probably was, that was probably something minutes ago or something. But okay. All right. Love and life, are you here? Love and life. Love and life, are you here? Well, when you see this love and life, you can go ahead and woo-saw out of your hoo-ha. Just take a relaxed breath in and out. All right. Allowing any space that needs to come through. Mom is not in good health. That's what I figured. Yeah, that's what I figured. My brother are Leo and Libra. I see. Uh-huh. All right. Let me show you your cards. Love and life. I feel like you got a major decision to make. Major decision to make. You got this too. I know you have, Miss Baby. 10 of clubs. And your work's going to bear fruit, you know. 10 of diamonds. 3 of hearts. So what does this all mean? Well, first of all, don't be surprised. I feel if you're in a particular relationship or you have somebody that you're seeing with love and life, if that shit, some fucking just shit happens, okay? Out of just left field, some shit just happens. Possibly even an abrupt ending. What Santissima telling me though, you have a decision and a choice to make. So this is not only about an abrupt happening or occurrence or happenstance. This is also, sometimes this leap of faith shit is not just about chasing a dream or whatever, but it's also about shutting a door. And what I'm really, really picking up on is I feel the need to shut a door, to be able to remove yourself out of a. Thank you so much, Miss Baby. To be able to, I'm going to be sending you an email later tonight, Miss Baby. It ain't going to be till later tonight. So you'll probably wake up to it. Love and life. I feel that also this leap of faith, sometimes we have to take a leap of faith in removing ourselves from a situation, and I feel right now she's showing me, in a way, I feel like her voice is kind of like she's kind of like, Cablona, I told you. It's almost kind of like she's chastising a little. There's a little edge in her voice. You know what I'm saying? There's a little edge. There's a little edge there. She's talking about, and she's showing me a lot of the things that be going through your head as far as why you may stay in this particular situation or environment that you've been urged to remove yourself from. And what makes it hard to remove yourself from, sometimes it's kind of like, yeah, but where's my foot going to land? And it's like, you got to make the movement first, and don't worry, your foot will land. So I understand there's other details and things that I may not be aware of. Another thing is about, she keeps telling me about, you care too much about what people think. And whatever the situation is, it's taking away from you as far as how you your self-respect. Like you've been putting up with shit, and every time you put up with some shit that violates what you say you don't put up with, like you've been on. She's wow, okay. She's like saying you've been unfaithful to yourself, and so it's no wonder why certain events or occurrences are happening externally because they're mirroring how you haven't been faithful to yourself. But you can, at any moment, change your direction. And of course, yes, loving yourself is also respecting yourself. Loving yourself means, hey, I might be miserable and hurt if I remove myself from this situation, but I'm going to be 10 billion times more miserable and hurt if I disrespect myself by allowing myself to stay in this situation. I also feel, and I just have to put the cherry on the top, as she's saying, like, yeah, let's go ahead and tell her that too. But I feel in some form or fashion there may be some love triangle action going on. Okay? She's telling me though that you do have you got everything. It's not to say you're like an elephant, but I think of the elephant, the small baby elephant, and they chain it up with a huge chain, and it tries to get away and finally ends up just giving up at the idea that it's going to ever get away. And then from that point on, once it gets broken down, and once it gets used to that and accepts that, now you can tie a fucking string around that bitch and it ain't going nowhere. Even though technically it's an elephant, it can rip the shit out of it if it wants to, and it just doesn't realize its full capacity, its full capability and shit. But yes, self-love, and self-love within the self-love ball is, obviously respecting yourself, holding yourself at a high, like respecting yourself, giving it back to yourself first and foremost. If somebody ain't kosher, they gotta go, because you respect yourself. You're not going to allow yourself to put up with certain shit because you love yourself, Yeah, the people pleaser. Yeah. But I suspect I'm telling you some shit you already know. Good night. Love and light to you, Miss BB. All right. So that's what she has to say. So she's kind of basically like, yeah, she knows, but sometimes it's something to hear it from somebody else too, And this is not about judging yourself. If anything, it's about awakening from the trance that you were in up until this moment. Or maybe, just maybe, you can start to see yourself in a whole new light, in a whole new respect, and in a whole new love. Okay, Keisha. Okay, Keisha, where are you at? Does that make sense to you? Yeah. I get it. I get it. I'm going on Vegas vacation this week. Whoops. Want to know if I'll win big money gambling there or will I win on the lottery? Trying to get my roof done. Okay, so that's why you sent that to me because, yeah, okay, because there's no note here. All right. So, let me start with that one. Real talk. No, I feel you. I feel you. Okay, so Keisha, go ahead and make your way to the Shangorian altar. Okay. They even have like the padded section for just the knees. You know what I'm saying? All right. So go ahead and woo-saw out of your hoo-ha. All right. Just take a nice relaxed breath. And as you exhale, just know that you're creating space for whatever information needs to come. All right. Boom. Let's see what we got. And I think I think there's you, maybe one other person, or I think that's it. But I got to get it going here. So after Miss Keisha, if there isn't anybody on here, shit, man, my bad. Hold on. I need to refocus. Is Keisha gonna win as she puts her big money in Vegas? Vacation. Is Keisha gonna win big money on a Vegas vacation? Is Keisha in alignment, and is she set? Is she on a crash course with winning some big money out in Viva Las Vegas? She in alignment to win big money. I wouldn't say big money, Keish, as of right now. Plus, it sounds like you kind of need it. And whenever you need it, it makes it much harder to win. Matter of fact, if you need it, sometimes it can work against you. To whereas you leave that bitch mad as fuck at yourself. You're like, I was better off throwing the money out the window than shit, handing it to them. Shit. But yeah, I'm not seeing like big money, to be honest with you. I'm seeing maybe some pretty cool, amounts. However, the question is, do you turn right back around and give it back to these motherfuckers, or do you keep it? Are you disciplined enough to set some limits to whereas you get your winnings? If you spent $20 and you won 200, okay, you put a big portion of that on the do not touch list, or at least do not touch till tomorrow or something like that. I don't know, but these are your cards to that question. All right. To say that it has to kind of come from a lottery or a winning, your chances are so much higher, I believe, to win when it's just more carefree. It seems like there's some attachment to outcome here, which is the cock blocker of all magic, of all manifestation. That's not to say you won't win some, but it's like, yeah, I see you winning some. It doesn't seem or feel to me like some big gargantuan amount. But even if you won in chunks here and there, you go to this casino, you win some, but then you go give it back over here. That's what I'm concerned about. So let's see it. So you're better off just starting to construct the scene in your mind of your roof already done. And from that, whether it's like, I don't know, you're telling somebody, you're telling a friend, hey, whatever, or something that would indicate the shit's already done. And from that, the bridge of incidences will be created, as they say, the bridge of incidences, which equal that. But it sounds like you're trying to micromanage and force it to have to happen this particular way. And that's usually a recipe for failure to me, honestly. It never works out. That, to the extent that it maybe could have, if you was just going to have a good time, you're going to be that one to put $1 in that fucking big, the ones they have at the top of the, like usually they're at the front of every casino with the big fucking lever. And it's like, and it's got the big numbers across, and it always has the picture of the winner who just won 250,000 or whatever. So you want to be that one, okay? So is she going to win the lottery? Will she win big on the lottery? Sounds like you kind of desperate, man. It feels like desperate to me. And desperation and big winnings, they don't go together. They usually just don't go together. If anything, you end up getting the opposite of what you're trying to go for, And with lottery, I see like the same thing. If I seen a big resounding yes, then I could more confidently tell you yes. I feel you will have some winnings with lottery because I know you're gonna probably be multitasking, doing all the above. You know, slot machines, or I don't know if you play tables or what games you play. What your thing is. I see some nominal winnings with lottery, but once again, we're asking about winnings, but we're not asking about how much did I have to spend to win that. You know what I'm saying? So my intuition though is saying that, like, because I can kind of feel the energy coming off you or in your question. And to be honest, that's what concerns me the most. All right, so I think we're almost done. I think I have one more. Alba's up here. I believe Alba is up here. Let me see here. Yeah. All right. So I got Alba, and then I'm out of here. Yeah, see, Keish, I told you sometimes the devil's in the details, yo. Devil's in the details. Alba, hope you see this. I'm going to answer your question. People gotta wait for their question. Like, I'm one person, I apologize, but I mean, it is what it is. Okay. All right. So, my question for Alba, when you do see this, Alba, if you are here now, is someone doing something bad to me and my son? I just feel like my energy is leaving me. I'm always tired. Okay, so that's what I'm going to answer here. Okay, so when you do see this, don't worry. Just go ahead and woo-saw out your hoo-ha. Come to the Shangorian altar. All right. So, what we want to know, all facts and no cap, is somebody working on Alba and or her son? Magically, energetically speaking, you might be hearing my stomach. Is somebody working on Alba and her son? Is somebody working on Alba and her son, magic wise or energetically speaking, in a negative way, as far as her lack of energy, vampirism? I would actually say yes to that, to be honest with you. I'm not sure if this person is current or not. I do feel like it's a man, though. They could be an air sign. Okay? So let me show you your cards. And whoever this person is, I feel like there was some type of an altercation or fight with this person. And they are totally dominating. Look at that. Sucking the fuck out your emotions there. Not in the way that you'd like. To me, this says it's a former lover or somebody who you're not in love. I don't know, something about this situation. It doesn't, I mean, you could still be living together with this person for all I know. But it's one of them situations where, like, the shit's over, the party's over. You know it's over, they know it's over. But in the meantime, in between time, they're gonna suck the shit out of you. But I also feel now, for some reason, I keep getting glimpses that this person is not necessarily around you, though. And they're playing off your own guilt that you have about certain shit that you're carrying around. You have some things with yourself that you have been carrying around, which kind of makes you like a prime. It makes you a prime victim for this type of shit. You know what I mean? Kind of the same way, like someone who has like is very judgmental about themselves, or maybe they hate themselves and they end up attracting bullies, type of thing, that type of situation. But yeah, whoever this guy is, I also feel he knows how to manipulate your emotions also with his words, or maybe in the past he had like a way with words with you. But I feel like this particular air sign, if or maybe he's an air sign, he may be an air sign or have Harry, have heavy air placements in his chart. Okay, but he seems to be somewhat of an intelligent man. And whether he's doing this consciously or not, that's a whole other thing too. That's a whole other question, in my opinion. I feel like some of this is also may just be unconscious. Maybe he just kind of does this shit, you know. And I wouldn't be surprised if you've experienced other bouts of this type of thing in his presence, especially if you live with this person. But I feel like it's an either ex or somebody who maybe should be an ex. At the I might be wrong on that, but this could be even maybe just somebody that whatever, somebody that you're seeing or something. But the answer to that is yeah. I would take me a spiritual bath. I would remove my cords with this person. Okay? And time knowledge, think bigger. What's up? You late to the party, girl. No. Yeah, so I got to get it going. Let me just do this refresh because in case somebody else came in late, I don't want to leave anybody out. But I want to thank everybody who was fucking with me today, who was here. I appreciate every single one of y'all's presence. Okay, please understand that because that's true. Yeah. Does that make sense to you, Alba? Keisha, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. It's my honor. Do you have an idea of who that could be? Is you know what? Just allow, like I said, just like when you woo-saw with your fucking hoo-ha, when you make that space, don't worry. Ask your guides and ask your unconscious mind. You know, show me who this is, because everything in the spirit world, unfortunately, leaves a trail. You can cloak, you can do this, and you can do that. But even then, it's kind of like with this internet shit. You get a fucking criminal CSI forensic. Oh, they'll find that porn you watched 15 years ago. You know what I'm saying? And time knowledge, thank you so much. I'm not with anyone right now. Yeah, okay. So it goes more with what I said before. It's something, I don't know, co-parent or whatever, or just a past lover who just had a line in you and can always draw on that line. Think of who may have been kind of, you might not be with anybody, but who's popped up lately, who's popped up recently, or maybe within the last, I don't know how long this has been going on for you. But you can start kind of putting some things together. And above all, ask your guides to show you who this is, you know? So that's all the time I got, folks. Thank you so much. How can I fix this to protect my son? Is he having health problems too? How old is he? One of the best things you might want to do if you want to, so that way we can actually talk details, because this way is going to take forever. Plus, there's a lot of things I just wouldn't engage with you on about here, because your privacy and shit like that, my fiduciary responsibilities. Okay, it's just not. There's only so much that I would suggest that you speak on in public. You know but you could always book a session or something like that. I think I did open up the calendar. I just haven't announced it because I'm not really trying to hype it. For those who do, hey, God bless you too. But yeah, okay, You get what I'm saying, though, Alba, right? And then I can also, you know, if you was to book a session or something, I can at least ask you some questions in real time, and we can get to the bottom of things. What times is down? What times is down, La? I have no fucking clue what the hell that means, yo. What times is down, La? Anyhow, out of here like last year, and we shall return tomorrow in case anybody got missed. All right, Albert. What you can also do though, like I don't know, you know, that's what I'm saying. It'd be better if I was able to actually like speak with you in a private manner, because I could ask questions, and from the answer I get from the questions, and I can, you know, suggest certain things. Like I don't know if he'd have a problem with you giving him a spiritual bath. He may not want that shit, you know, your son, you know. So there's a whole lot of things. So anyways, yeah. But anyways, peace out, and we'll be back tomorrow.